encounter?
Yeah, I think first half it was a bit of a baptism of fire. They sort of went direct and caused us one or two problems. They got the goal which they were looking for, and we didn't really get much of the ball. We want to play football as a team, and it was tough first half. But as you saw, the game sort of opened up second half, and we started to play a bit, and got a bit of joy.
Bit of bonus, Tom, for yourself in the sense that you've not been sort of tired with those last three, so you're coming to it fresh.
Yeah, obviously. Maybe a bit of pressure on the lads away from home, maybe because obviously the home form's been so good. But it's always going to be tough because teams are, we're a big team now, and teams want to sort of come and beat you up, that sort of thing. But we've just got to keep playing our own game and prepare for every game, perfectly and see what happens. I think if we keep playing the football, the results will come away from home as well.
Well, second half you changed it about and you're thoroughly with a point, weren't you?
Yeah, I think we matched them up, and we sort of said like, well, let's get in the faces and cause them a few problems. And as the game sort of opened up, we started to play our stuff, and when it went 1-1, I honestly thought that we'd kick on and get 2-1, 3-1, but it didn't pan out. But in the end, it was I think away from home at this place, I think a 1-1 draws, not a bad result to take us to a home game next week.
Yeah, the crazy thing was, you're looking like you're going to do that, and then Dave Worrell goes down in the box, and then it gave them momentum.
But it's one of them 50-50 ones, like me and Wazza spoke about it, and we said I've sort of leaned on him and sort of he's gone down easy, and he said he'd gone down easy, but I have leaned on him, so sometimes you get him, sometimes you don't. But the whole momentum sort of changed on that incident. The crowd sort of lifted themselves because they were getting on the backs a bit, and then they got sort of a bit of momentum. But I always thought on the counter attack we had half a chance with that, just one more killer pass, but it didn't work out, and we some of the defending at the end by the boys was fantastic, and it was a well deserved point.
He likes to play against Wazza.
Yeah,
he's good, isn't he?
He's a good little lad, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like him. I've known each other for years. He was in the youth team when I was in the first team, so he's a good lad.
He is. Right, on now to Cambridge, I think it is, next week. I mean, I guess a good week's training will be the first thing in order.
Yeah, the more I can get used to the players and how we train and stuff like that, the better, do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to a big week, and then first home game Saturday. And
I'm guessing it's with the sort of the PR side said it's with a view. I mean, I'm guessing without saying too much, that's probably all boxed off.
Well, to be honest, I don't really know. I think it's a question of me doing well, pulling my finger out, and the club's deciding, he's done well, so let's keep him. So sort of pressure's on me to sort of perform, really.
Bit of a different setup at Bury since we were last there, isn't it? Now?
It certainly is. Yeah, we're always sort of fighting fires back then, and I was a young kid. I was there from 17 to 21. Hometown boy, it was tough. Do you know what I mean? We're always in a sort of struggling side. So, I played 150 games in 4 years as a 17 to 21 year old. That doesn't happen these days. Do you know what I mean? So, it was a tough time, but I'm happy to be back, and I'm looking forward to the challenge ahead.
And off the pitch, you seem to be treated a lot better as players, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, football's changed completely. It's since I've grown up. Everything about it's more professional, and the way that you look after yourself is more professional. It's a short career, and you've got to make the most of it.
Man, you've got to take a video word with the lads. You didn't get to fly. They've had to fly.
I've missed all that. I've missed all that. I'm used to the coaches, so it's no big deal for me. No problems.
Just out of interest, sorry, Craig from the Bury Towns. When you actually made the decision to come back, I mean, how did it come about?
To be honest, obviously I started 4 or 5 of the first games at Rochdale. And I got rested for the Johnsons paint, and they kicked on from there. They won 4-0 that game, and they really got a look in since. So I spoke to Keith and I said, I want to play some football, and the gaffer gave me a call and said, would you be interested in coming down? And I said, yeah, I'd jump at the chance. So it came about pretty quick from sort of Tuesday or Wednesday night, and then I sort of came in Thursday and trained, and that was it.
And had you worked under Flicker at Barnsley as well?
Yeah, I'd worked him as assistant for 4 or 5 months, and then a season and a half in the first team as well.
Okay, so obviously you know what you expect of him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's very meticulous in what he does. Wants 100% week in, week out, and in training. So I've learnt a lot from him as an assistant and as a manager. I've worked with him at Rochdale as well, so I know what he expects, and that's why I'm here to sort of fulfil what he wants.
It's always a strange feeling to go back. Obviously, this is your first game for Bury, but the first game back at the old place. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. I've been back since. It's not for me. It's I'm a Bury boy, so I live in Greenmount. It's nothing. People might think it's a big deal for them or everybody else, but for me, it's my job. Do you know what I mean? It's I've lived in Bury all my life. I drive past the ground every day. Do you know what I mean? So it's not the biggest in the world. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a footballer. I've come here to play football and enjoy it. It's the past is the past, and the future's the future. That's what I'm looking forward to.
And I understand you're interested in some unfinished business, maybe achieving something you didn't achieve the first time you were there?
Yeah, like I said, we're always fighting fires. It was tough. It was, we were a small side, a struggling side, and we were always, up against it, fighting relegation. And, it's a different club altogether now. You know, we're a top footballing side, and I honestly believe that, you know, if we keep giving 100% and keep playing the football that the boys have been playing up to now, that, you know, promotion's 100% achievable.
And that's the aim, and obviously they want to go further. I mean, have you been impressed by their ambition?
Yeah, the setup and the ambition and the way that they go about things is it's championship in the making. You know, I've played in the championship, and you know, it's not far from it. You know, but this league's a tough league, and League One's a tough league. You've got to fight as well as play football, and I think the boys, you know, especially away from home, they're getting more and more used to that. Win the battle, or at least stay in the battle, and then when the game opens up, then you can play your stuff.
I'm just interested, I haven't checked, but during your career, have you got promotions under your belt, or are you looking for?
Yeah, we got promoted at Rochdale, got promoted at Peterborough, so, you know, I've done it before. So promoted with Peterborough from the League One to the champ, and promoted from League Two to League One with Rochdale. So, you know, when we were at Rochdale, we're always in and about the you know, the playoff mix and stuff like that. So, you know, it's something that I've done before. I'm used to, and I've also been in relegation battles. So, you know, I've had the best of both worlds, and you know, I know what it expects. I'll tell you now, I'd much rather be in a promotion fight than a relegation battle.
Absolutely.
Right, how much do you feel, Tom, you changed from a fresh face, you know, a lad with sort of bum fluff and you couldn't grow a beard, and now you look like a Mongolian?
Well, I had a beard when I was 13, so that hadn't changed.
Did you? I don't remember that. I was
just clean shaved. Don't worry about that. I was a young person with a lot of facial hair. I'll tell you that now. But, you know, I just tried to keep myself looking young because everybody said I looked older.
But it worked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I like to think I look younger now than I did back then. But yeah, you know, obviously things change. It's you know, back then I was young. I was coming through the ethics of the club. You know, everything about it. The people that you socialise with were different. You know, but I was a local boy, so you're always going to get the spotlight put on you. You know, it's tough, and you know, it was hard for me coming up. And you know, people say, you know, I went to Rochdale and stuff like that. But you know, if I don't go to Rochdale, what do I do? Do I go out the league?
Exactly right.
Do you know what I mean? Do I not play football anymore? It's my job. You know, I've got to do what's best for me. And you know, it worked out well for me in the end. You know, I've had 8 years since I was last here, but you know, I'm here now, and you know, I'm here and giving 100% every game and trying to do what's best for the club and get ourselves promoted, and that's all I can do.
And were the boys behind there with you, the fans, were they pretty good?
Yeah, they sounded fantastic. Yeah, sounded fantastic. So you know, even if I take a bit of stick, it's part and parcel of the game. You know, I've had it worse. I'll tell you now. So you know, I'll just take it on my chin and give 100%, and hopefully it'll, you know, turn around.
Yeah, good luck.
Fantastic.
Mickey seems to think he's got you on toast. I don't even know what that means.
You just have a few battles throughout the season, me and him, and you'll see. I've got him on toast. Don't worry about that.
Good.